There are times in life when it feels like nothing is working. You've prayed, you've believed, you've done your best to stay in faith, but the situation hasn't turned around. The doors you thought would open have stayed closed. The people you were counting on walked away. You look around and it seems like everyone else is moving forward except you. But I want to remind you today, just because it's been a long winter doesn't mean spring isn't coming. Every season has a purpose. Winter may look dead, but it's not wasted. Underneath the surface, God is still working. The roots are growing stronger. The foundation is being built. And if you'll stay faithful in the waiting, God will bring you into a new season of growth, favor, and increase. The key is, don't quit before your season changes. You may be tired, you may be discouraged, but you're closer than you think. The winds may be cold right now, but that's just a sign that change is in the air. God hasn't forgotten you. The same God who allowed this season is the same God who will bring you out of it. Stronger, wiser, and ready for the blessing He's prepared. Life is built on season. There's a time to plant, a time to grow, a time to harvest, and a time to rest. We love the harvest season. The season where everything comes together. Prayers are answered. But before you get to that season, you have to walk through seasons that don't always make sense. There are times when you're doing your best, giving your all, and yet nothing seems to be changing. You pray, but the situation stays the same. You give, you're not seeing the results you hoped for. It's easy in those moments to think that maybe you're doing something wrong, that maybe God has forgotten you. You're being prepared. Every season has a purpose, even the ones that feel uncomfortable. When you plant a seed in the ground, it disappears for a while. You can't see what's happening beneath the surface, but that doesn't mean nothing's happening. Beneath that soil, life is stirring. The roots are developing, the seed is taking form, and in the right time, it will push through the dirt into the light. That's what's happening in your life right now. You may not see anything happening, but the roots of your faith are growing deeper. God is strengthening you for what's ahead. Sometimes God will hide you in a season of silence, not to punish you, but to protect and prepare you. He knows if He brought the promise too soon, it could crush you instead of bless you. There are lessons that can only be learned in the dark season. Lessons of trust, humility, patience, and endurance. When everything is going your way, it's easy to have faith. But when you're in a season where nothing is moving, where doors are closing, and where prayers seem unanswered, that's when your faith is proven genuine. When you understand that every season has a purpose, you stop fighting what God is trying to do. You stop asking, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? And start declaring, God, I may not understand this, but I trust you in it. You begin to realize that God never wastes a season. The delays are not denials, they're divine development. The disappointments are not the end of your story, they're part of your preparation. Think about David. When the prophet Samuel anointed him to be king, he didn't step into the palace the next day. He went back to the pasture to care for sheep. That was his season of preparation. It didn't make sense. She had a promise, but he was stuck with sheep. Yet in that quiet field, David learned how to fight lions and bears, how to lead, how to depend on God alone. What looked like a forgotten season was actually training for the throne. Without the pasture, he wouldn't have been ready for the palace. Maybe right now, you're in your own pasture season. You have big dreams, You know there's more in you, but you're not where you want to be. You're doing the right thing, but you're not seeing the right results. You're working hard, but promotion hasn't come. That's not a sign that God's abandoned you. It's a sign that He's still shaping you. The same God who gave you the promise will bring it to pass, but not before He's prepared you to carry it. We live in a generation that wants everything now. We want instant success, instant growth, instant change. But God works in seasons. He's more interested in your development than your arrival. If He gave you what you're asking for too early, it might overwhelm you. The process you're in right now is making you strong enough to stand when you reach your promise. You can't rush God's timing. A seed planted in the ground can't say, "I'm tired of waiting, I want to bloom today." If it forces itself out of the soil too early, it will wither. It needs time in the dark to build the strength to survive the light. Likewise, when you're in a waiting season, don't try to push your way out of it. Stay faithful where you are. Keep showing up. Keep doing what's right, even when it feels like nothing's happening. God sees your faithfulness. In due season, He will reward it. It's during these waiting seasons that God does His deepest work. You may think nothing's happening, but He's aligning opportunities, preparing relationships, and softening hearts that will one day connect to your destiny. You're being refined, not rejected. You're being planted, not buried. A burial and a planting look the same on the surface. Both are underground, both are covered, both are hidden. But one is meant to end life, and the other is meant to begin it. When it feels like you've been buried, remember, you're just planted. Joseph went from a pit to a prison before he ever reached the palace. It seemed like everything in his life was going backward. But each season was a necessary step toward the promise. The pit taught him to depend on God. The prison taught him to manage responsibility. And the palace taught him to walk in humility. None of those seasons were wasted. When you're in a dry or difficult season, don't let frustration make you forfeit your future. Don't say, "It's never going to change." God hasn't brought you this far to leave. The winter may be long, but spring is already scheduled. There's a time appointed for your breakthrough. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow. But when the season shifts, what took years to build will come together in a moment. The enemy would love for you to quit during your winter season. He knows you're close to your breakthrough. But if you'll keep believing, keep worshiping, keep standing firm, you'll see God's faithfulness unfold. The same soil that looks empty right now will soon bring forth a harvest of joy. Maybe your season is one of loss. Maybe it's one of struggle. Maybe it's one of silence. But whatever it is, trust that it has purpose. Trust that God is not finished with you. The storm you're facing is not the end. It's the evidence that change is near. Every strong tree has faced strong winds. Every diamond has faced pressure. Every victory requires a battle. So don't get discouraged by the process. It's proof that something great is growing in you. God uses every season to shape your story. The waiting builds your faith. Pruning builds your character. The quiet builds your endurance. And when the right time comes, everything you've learned, everything you've endured, everything you've trusted God for will come together beautifully. Every season is preparing you for the next. Don't despise where you are. It's working for you, not against you. The same God who was with you in the mountain is with you in the valley. The same God who opened doors before will open new ones again. You may not understand it now, but one day you'll look back and say, that season was hard, but it was holy. It didn't make sense, but it made me stronger. It broke me, but it built me. So keep your head up. Stay faithful. Don't quit in the cold, because spring is coming. Every season has a purpose. And yours is preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. One of the biggest challenges we face in life is understanding the difference between a delay and a denial. When you ask God for something, when you pray for a breakthrough, or when you're believing for a promotion, sometimes it doesn't happen immediately. And it's in those moments that our faith is tested. We begin to question, has God forgotten? Is this ever going to happen? The enemy loves to whisper lies in your ear during these moments of waiting, trying to convince you that your prayers are ignored, that your efforts are wasted, and that your dreams will never come to pass. Well, what feels like a delay is often God's way of saying, not yet. I'm preparing the right time. Delay is not denial. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean God is saying no. In fact, delays are often divine arrangements in disguise. Sometimes God delays your blessing because He wants to perfect it before He hands it over. He wants to prepare your heart, your mind, and your circumstances so that when the moment comes, you are ready to receive everything He has for you. Imagine receiving something too early before you're ready for it. You could drop it, misuse it, or be overwhelmed by it. Take Joseph, for example. Joseph's life was full of delay. He was sold by his brothers, thrown into a pit, and later imprisoned. For years, it seemed like God had abandoned him. Yet, in each of those delays, God was orchestrating the path to the palace. Joseph's years in the pit taught him resilience. His time in prison taught him patience and leadership. When he finally stepped into his promised position, everything fell into place, and the delay made the triumph even sweeter. The same principle applies to your life. Sometimes God delays an answer because He's teaching you patience. There's a spiritual maturity that can only be gained through waiting. Patience allows you to develop a deeper trust in God, a faith that does not waver when circumstances are tough. When you learn to wait without complaining, when you learn to trust God's timing instead of your own, you gain a faith that will carry you through every future challenge. That faith will prepare you for the blessings ahead, making them far more powerful than they would have been if received prematurely. Other times, a delay is about protection. God sees the bigger picture. He knows things you don't know. He knows the people, the situation, and the timing that will affect the outcome of your life. If He gave you the answer too early, it could put you in harm's way. If He opened the door too soon, you might step into something that isn't yet ready for you. Delays are often God's shield, keeping you safe until the proper time arrives. It's important during these delays that frustration turn into disbelief. It's easy to get discouraged when the situation doesn't change, when the answer doesn't come, when people don't respond the way you hoped. But discouragement can blind you to the signs of God's movement in your life. Even in the delay, God is working. He is aligning people, placing opportunities and orchestrating events so that when the time is right, everything will come together. Faithfulness during delay is essential. It's easy to stay faithful when things are going well, when doors are open, and when success is visible. But true faith is revealed in the waiting, when no one else sees what you're believing for, when circumstances seem impossible. That's when your faith matters most. God honors that faithfulness. He sees every prayer, every effort made, and every tear shed. None of it is wasted. Sometimes people confuse delay with a lack of favor. They are lessons in strength, patience, and perseverance. They are shaping your character so that when the opportunity arrives, you will be ready to step into it with confidence. Every trial, every setback, every obstacle is producing something in you that cannot be produced in a season of ease. Sometimes the enemy intensifies the fight right before a breakthrough because he knows your victory is near. When he sees that God's favor is about to shift in your life, he will try to discourage you, delay you, and distract you. He will whisper lies. You can't do it. You're weak. You've waited too long. But remember, pressure does not indicate defeat. It indicates that God is working, that your faith is being tested, and that your breakthrough is imminent. Think about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He faced intense pressure, knowing the cross was before him. He prayed fervently, asking God if there was another way. Yet he submitted to God's plan. His moment of greatest struggle preceded the ultimate victory of resurrection and redemption. Your breakthrough often follows a similar pattern. Intense struggle, faithful endurance, and then triumph. Endurance is key. The ability to stand firm, to keep pressing forward, and to trust God even when it hurts is what will carry you into your breakthrough. It's easy to have faith when everything is going well, but true faith is forged in the fires of difficulty. If you can remain steadfast now, if you can refuse to quit, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever. Consider Joseph once more. He spent years in the pit and in prison, facing betrayal and false accusations. It would have been easy to give up, to despair, to stop believing in God's promise. But Joseph stayed faithful, continued to work diligently, and trusted God's timing. Eventually, he went from prison to palace, becoming second in command of all Egypt. His toughest battles directly precede his greatest breakthrough. Your current struggle is doing more than you realize. It's equipping you for the responsibilities that come with success. It's teaching you lessons you'll need when you reach the next level. Every battle has a purpose: to refine your character, strengthen your faith, and prepare you for the reward that is coming. Nothing in your life is wasted. Nothing is outside of God's control. Even the challenges you face are being used to build your victory. Don't despise small beginnings. Sometimes breakthroughs come quietly. They start as a small idea, a single connection, or a tiny victory. But if you nurture it, trust God, and persevere, it will grow into something monumental. Don't get discouraged when the breakthrough doesn't appear immediately. Keep taking steps of faith, keep trusting, and keep believing that God is orchestrating every detail behind the scenes. It's also important to recognize that breakthroughs often require action is incomplete. While God is moving on your behalf, you must do your part. Work diligently, stay consistent, and remain faithful in the little things. God's timing is perfect, but your effort aligns with His plan. The breakthrough you're waiting for often comes as the result of persistence, preparation, and trust in God's guidance. Encouragement is essential during the battle. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, speak life into your dreams, and remind you of your potential. Avoid discouragement because they can weaken your resolve. Instead, focus on God's promises, meditate on His word, and remember past victories. Every challenge you've overcome has prepared you for this moment. You have already proven you can endure. Now it's time for the reward. Your breakthrough may also require faith to act before you see results. Abraham didn't see Isaac for years, but he believed God's promise. Moses didn't enter the promised land immediately, but he led the people with faith. Esther didn't know her exact timing, but she stepped into her purpose courageously. Often you must trust God and move forward, even when the outcome isn't visible. Oh, breakthrough will come as you act in faith. Remember, the battles you face are temporary, but the victories they produce are lasting. Every struggle is shaping your story, teaching you resilience, and preparing you to handle greater responsibilities. When the breakthrough comes, it won't just be about the blessing. It will also be about the person you become in the process. God doesn't just give rewards. He produces leaders, victors, and conquerors through the trials you endure. So if you're facing a difficult season, don't quit. Don't give up. Don't let frustration convince you that the battle is too hard. Instead, see the struggle for what it truly is. The preparation for your breakthrough. Every tear, every late night, every obstacle is being used by God to bring you closer to your destiny. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, and keep pressing forward. Your breakthrough is on its way. It may come suddenly, it may come quietly, or it may arrive in a way you didn't expect, but it will come. The fight you're facing now is temporary. The victory waiting on the other side is eternal. Keep going. Don't quit. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, and when it arrives, it will surpass everything you've imagined. The truth is this: the darkest battles bring the bruise. The heaviest struggles produce the greatest victories. Your breakthrough is not the absence of difficulty. It's the reward for enduring it. Stand firm, trust God, and prepare for the season change. What seems impossible now will soon become your testimony, and it will be worth every moment of your struggle. Friends, I want you to hear this deep in your heart today. Your season is about to change. Maybe you've been waiting for answers, praying for doors to open, believing for breakthrough, and it hasn't happened yet. Maybe you faced setbacks, disappointments, and battles that seem too heavy to bear. But I'm here to tell you that your current season is not your final season. God is not finished with you. Every season has a purpose. The winter you are in, the silence you are experiencing, the trials you are enduring, they are all preparing you for the harvest that is coming. God is strengthening your roots, building your character, and equipping you with everything you need to step into your next level. Don't despise your season of waiting. Don't give up in the dark. Every seed planted, every tear shed, every step of faith, none of it is wasted. Don't confuse delay with denial. Just because the promise hasn't arrived yet doesn't mean God. Sometimes He's aligning the perfect timing, orchestrating the right people, and preparing the right circumstances. Delay is not a rejection. It is preparation. If you remain faithful, persistent, and hopeful, you will see that what you've been waiting for will come, and it will come in a way far greater than you imagined. And remember, your breakthrough often comes after your toughest battle. The struggle you are in now is not in vain. The pressures, the obstacles, the moments when you feel weak and weary, these are all refining you. They are shaping you into a person strong enough, wise enough, and ready enough to receive the blessings God has prepared. The moment you feel like giving up may be the very moment before your season shifts. So I want you to make a choice today. Decide not to quit. Decide to keep believing, keep trusting, and keep standing firm. Keep praying, keep hoping. The storm you're in is temporary. The breakthrough waiting for you is eternal. Your harvest is coming. Your doors are opening. Your season is changing. Hold on. Ha! Your patience, your faith, and your perseverance are about to pay off. Don't quit before your season changes, because when it does, it will be bigger, better, and more beautiful than you ever imagined. And that, my friends, is the promise of God's perfect timing.